Journalist E. Jean Carroll took to the stand yesterday in her lawsuit against former President Trump. She accuses Trump of raping her in a department store dressing room in 1996. Things apparently got heated on the stand when Carroll faced cross-examination from the former president's lawyers. According to CNN reporting, Trump attorney Joe Tacopina pressed Carroll on why she didn't scream during the alleged assault, which she says lasted for 3 minutes. She replied, quote, "I was too much in panic to scream. You can't beat up on me for not screaming. Women who don't come forward, one of the reasons they don't come forward is they are asked why they didn't scream. Some women scream, some women don't. It keeps women silent." When pressed further, she replied, quote, "I'm telling you, he raped me whether I screamed or not. I don't need an excuse for not screaming."
Carroll is suing Trump for battery and defamation. He has vehemently denied all wrongdoing. Reporter for The Hill, Zach Schoenfeld, is here with us to discuss. Welcome, Zach. How you doing?
Good. Thanks so much for having me.
So what was your overall impression of the beginning of this trial? Do you think that Tacopina's aggressive stance was actually effective, or do you think that this played more to the plaintiff's hand right here?
Well, this case at the end of the day will really come down to how this jury that's sitting in Lower Manhattan views the credibility of each witness. The judge had noted in a pretrial ruling that this is effectively a he said, she said case. There's no physical evidence, there's no videotapes or security footage of this alleged assault. So this is really going to come down to as each witness takes the stand. We saw E. Jean Carroll become the first witness to take the stand. We're expecting a few others in the coming days. And it will really depend on who the jury believes. She has said now over many hours of testimony. She's been both on direct examination, and now we've seen the beginning of cross-examination from Trump's legal team trying to poke holes in her story. There is more cross-examination to go. E. Jean Carroll is expected to come back to the stand on Monday and continue that cross-examination. But the line of questioning that she's been receiving from Trump's lawyers is what we've been seeing them argue in filings since this case was first filed. They say that she made this story up to sell her book effectively. And as you were saying earlier, that these exchanges got quite testy in the courtroom reportedly yesterday, as she says that she is telling the truth. And that all these claims and arguments that the Trump legal team is making up just aren't the case. So surely a testy exchange with much more to come from these witnesses in the coming days.
I also saw during the trial that Les Moonves's name came up. He is the former CBS executive who was ousted for sexual misconduct allegations. Can you tell us a little bit more about why he was mentioned during the trial?
I'm not sure exactly why he specifically was mentioned, but what E. Jean Carroll's strategy has been in this trial is she is calling in both two friends that she said that she told shortly after this incident, as well as she will call in two other women who say that Trump sexually assaulted them. Now, Trump has also denied those women's allegations. But this is really part of a broader puzzle here that E. Jean Carroll's legal team is trying to put together in order to portray to the jury that even if they don't believe E. Jean Carroll's own words, that they can believe the testimony from these other women that have come forward with accusations against the former president, or her friends who are expected to testify that her private account is what she's been telling them for 25 years in private is effectively the same as it's told in court. So a lot of this is just putting together pieces of this puzzle as E. Jean Carroll's team is hoping to convince the jury to give her some credibility and to believe these accusations that she's coming forward with.
So for anybody who might not be familiar, what is specifically, and we know that this is a defamation case, what specifically is she saying defamed her, that the president tweeted or said or truthed? What is it that she's saying is defamatory?
So E. Jean Carroll, after she came forward publicly with these accusations that Trump sexually assaulted her in the mid-1990s, she has since filed 2 lawsuits against him. So the trial that we're seeing go on this week is the second lawsuit that she has filed. That first lawsuit, which involves just defamation claims, it does not sue him over the alleged assault itself. That is still in a pre-trial stage. There's some other legal issues that are holding that up, so that could come to trial in the future. But what this case is over two different claims. There's defamation and then actually over the alleged sexual assault itself. So the defamation claim in this case is over a Truth Social post that Trump made in October 2022. In that post, he called her claims, in this case, a total con job. He once again attacked her appearance, saying that she was not his type, and other comments like that. So Carroll is trying to prove to this jury that that post was a lie, and that it harmed her reputation by bringing this back up into the public sphere and continuing to deny her accusations. So it's both over that claim of defamation, and then what she also has done in this second case is New York in November, a new law went into effect that temporarily lifted the statute of limitations for any individual attempting to sue someone for damages over sexual offenses. So it gives them a 1-year window to file those claims, even if these alleged assaults had happened many years ago, as is the case here. So she is using that 1-year look-back window to both sue him for civil damages over the alleged assault itself, as well as that claim of defamation. But even after this trial is over, as I mentioned, there's still that other case, which includes an additional 3 statements that Trump made during his presidency that Carroll also will claim were defamatory.
What is at stake in this trial? How much money are we talking about if E. Jean Carroll were to emerge victorious?
She hasn't asked for a specific amount of damages. She's leaving that up to the jury. So the jury, as this trial concludes, they'll go back in their room and debate and come to a verdict. And if they decide by a preponderance of the evidence that Trump should be held liable, at that point they'll be able to decide for themselves of how much Trump should be ordered to pay her. So in terms of an exact dollar figure, that's not exactly clear yet. At this point, we're still in the stage of whether that E. Jean Carroll's legal team has actually proven those claims. So that will come as part of the verdict when the jury comes back. But it's ultimately up to this jury that, I should note, the judge has taken significant steps to ensure their anonymity, citing the former president's attacks in other cases on those involved in legal proceedings against him. So we don't know the names of these jurors. They are being brought in from a secret location every day. They are being brought in lunches so they don't have to go out and eat lunch. So a lot of steps being taken here to protect the anonymity of this jury as they attempt to arrive at both the verdict as well as if the former president needs to pay any damages.
Has Trump's team claimed that any of this is political? We know that that's been a defense for many of his other legal troubles. Has he said that this is a political attack or some way to stop him from running again? Has that been part of the defense, or are they just sticking to attacking E. Jean Carroll and her character?
It's a little bit of both. They have, first of all, attacked E. Jean Carroll specifically and personally, but they also have tied this, like many of the other legal battles that is currently the former president's involved in, painting this as a little bit of a political persecution. They've noted that she did not come forward publicly with her claims until Trump was the sitting president in 2019. Now, E. Jean Carroll has said she did not come forward because she was afraid that the real estate mogul Trump would come after her and retaliate against her. She has said she only came forward after the Me Too movement and the accusations against Harvey Weinstein. She says that's what gave her the strength to come forward. But that hasn't stopped the former president and his allies from attacking her both personally as well as saying that she is being politically motivated. E. Jean Carroll is someone who has said that she does not like the former president even outside of this and all of that. So certainly attempting to paint it that way. Trump's legal team has also taken aim that a major Democratic donor, Reid Hoffman, who has donated millions to Democrats and liberal causes, has helped pay some of the legal bills here. So we are seeing some of those political attacks from Trump camp.
Zach Schoenfeld from The Hill, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back with more Rising.